Hi, beautiful Leo. Welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. I want to start to apologize if you hear a couple of sounds in the surroundings here. The microphone might pick that up, so I do apologize for that. Yeah, we're just going to continue where we left off, so to speak. I'm just going to continue to do these general readings, and if you listened to me before, you know that I switched from general to love every other week, but I'm going to sort of just see where you are energetically from week to week, and then you put it in where it fits in your day-to-day life. So let's see what's going on for you, Leo, for the upcoming month of September. I'm still having a little bit of a cold. It's still there. You might hear it, and I might cough every once in a while. I do apologize for that. Leo, what is happening for the month of September? In terms of awakening, in terms of ascension process, in terms of your journey right now. I ask for information, inspiration, and humor. First card out, mental conflict. What is that about? And light, two complete opposites here. So this is interesting. So we're going to just start at the surface here and then go deeper and deeper, and you're going to have this whole reading to figure out whether this is your reading or not. If it is your reading, I'm creating this extension where we go even deeper into the message. Mental conflict, number 2. So 2 is all about balance. And the mental conflict here is, what I'm seeing here is that we're a little bit boxed in. On one side, we're a little bit boxed in, and on the other side, we have this flourishing, like, I don't know, it's like when I see the word mental conflict, at first it feels like, okay, I'm thinking about something that contradicts that goes against the other thing that I'm thinking. Like I have two things that is going on here, or you have two directions or something, and it's like there's a conflict in the middle, and I just don't feel like it is. I feel like it's two lanes that so I would say that one lane is the light, and the other lane is sort of your past, if that makes, not even your past, it's your present moment, it's your now moment, it's your probably where you have generally lived your entire life up until very recent. It feels like the conflict, it's not a conflict, it's a mental, it's like you're in two different worlds. So one world is very free and very open and very unlimited, and the other world is sort of a little bit boxed in still. It's like you're going back and forth between this new way of thinking, this new, perhaps even this new way of being with the light. It feels like one part of that, like the branching out and the being completely free in the way that you think and the way that you are. It's like something has truly opened up there. And the other side of it is like still a little bit boxed in. The majority of the, like if we see that this is quite new and it's only like a small proportion compared to this big. So like right now it looks like 75%. It's still in the old way of being and the old way of living. Your old DNA, if that makes sense. And your new 25% here, if I can do the math, 25% is like completely branching out and completely be in the light. But you know, as Abraham from Abraham Hicks would say, it takes, I'm always butchering it, one person who is connected to their source is 1,000 times more powerful than 1,000 people who are that is not. You know, there's something about this that in the connection with the light, you're so powerful. So it sort of overrides the. You're on a fast track here, Leo. So there's something that really is blossoming right now, and it will catch on, like it will spread. Almost like wildfire, like around. Let's clarify this. So why is this mental conflict and light here for Leo, please? I'm also getting this, wow. The Wheel of Fortune, the Strength card, which is you, and then a 9 of Michael. So 9, 10, 11. I mean, if this is not a process, I don't know what is. We also have this here as well. It's like the 1, 9, 1, 9, 19, 1, 9, which adds up to number 10. And then we have a number 2. So there's like a really beautiful 9, 10, 11. I just want one thing at a time here. So I just want to say 2 scenarios. If I were to pick a person, or if I were to pick a situation, or like if you just picture something in your life that on one hand, how do you explain like this 2 scenario things? You might feel a little bit schizophrenic yourself, and I'm using that word lightly. I'm not trying to make fun of it whatsoever, but you might actually feel a little bit schizophrenic, because it's like, on one hand, you're so clear-minded and you're so brilliant and so Leo, Strength, 11. It's like a brand new beginning, the softness, but yet the power of Leo. It's like, it's clear-minded, it's brilliant. And when you're in that location in your mind, literally in that location in your mind, you become this being that when you look out in your life, all you see is love. And like, if there's a situation that has bothered you in the past, as you look at this situation, you feel only like forgiveness, compassion, love, empathy. It feels like you you really have healed a situation here. And then when you sort of regress, is that what it's called? Like, you sort of go a little bit back, or back and forth between this other place within you, to then all of a sudden pick up this other scenario. And then we're a little bit this is like a little bit of a worry state, or thinking about how it was and not being so open to it, being still a little bit judgmental, being still a little bit like, on a good day or on this brilliant day, you see the truth of a situation and you understand why it needed to be there. You see the full picture. And then on a not so good day, or when you sort of are going back into this other place, it's like the same person that a minute ago was so, I don't know, they don't necessarily have to be so beautiful to you, but they, or a situation that you're in, a work situation that you're in, that like you have just had a different way of looking at it, a different perspective, a different light, literally a different light, where you go, oh yeah, that's perfect how that played out, and it's perfect how everybody, this is supposed to happen this way. And then as you go back in here, it's like, well, if they wouldn't have done that, I would not be in this situation, and I don't know if that's the kindest way of going about this. Like, there's like a back and forth, a little bit of schizophrenic energy here. So what I'm seeing though is there's an overall movement. It's like you're gonna go a little bit back and forth into your old way of being, living, acting, feeling, because you have had your majority of your life in this way of thinking, in this way of being. And then you're gonna skip into this on purpose. It feels like it's on purpose. You're so on it. You know when you are, if that's the correct word, you know when you're regressing into the other, and you sort of, and sometimes it's just nice to just sit there and say, you bastard. It's just good to just have those emotions out there. If you're in that vibration, it feels really good. But as you move more and more and more into this brilliant place, into this light, and into this strength, that is you, which is you, it won't feel good. It won't feel good as you condemn another, or as you condemn yourself for condemning another, or as you are sort of going back. You will instantaneously know when it happens. And that's why I say it's on purpose. You're moving away from it now, and you're going to do that faster and faster. It's like you're going to catch yourself as you're thinking in the old way of being so fast now that you probably only have a couple of minutes, even if it's, what do you say? You might just be there for a couple of minutes, might even be less. I can't find the correct way of saying that. So overall, we have the 9, 10, 11. So 9 is the worry and the more anxiety part of you. And this card says there literally is no reason to worry. Whatever was in the past, it's in the past. It's a bygone. And it says it has no foundation. If there's a worry, it has no foundation. You have to make up the foundation of the past to worry about it, because it's literally not there anymore. It has served its purpose. The information has been shared. You have moved into this light strength place. You even have exploded into this, whatever has happened in the past, it has allowed you to freaking, like on every, I almost feel like this is like a DNA explosion. You want this awakening. You want this graduation. I don't know what that word came from, but maybe that's what it feels like. It's a graduation from the lower realms, and like you did it, but you needed this explosion inside your DNA, like to have every cell almost come to the graduation and like be done with it. So whatever you have exploded inside of you, whatever you needed to go through in order to just sort of just have this breakthrough and come into this, have this ascension and breakthrough, breaking out, to come into this type of light. There has been worry in the past there, but you don't have to worry about anything anymore. We have the Wheel of Fortune. This is new beginnings, end of delays, a change in direction that offers happiness. So even though you will be going back and forth, and even though you will be going back and and where you've been is 75%, and where you're going is only 25%, those 25% is so freaking bright and so strong and so overwhelmingly beautiful that it just, the Wheel of Fortune, like the speed in it, the momentum in it is so fast and so like powerful that, like I said, even though you've been 75% and still have the makeup of the 75% of your old version, it's like the flipping back and forth is going to be sort of, it's like here's the new and here's the old, here's the new and here's the old. It's like it's going to be less and less and less until it sort of stabilizes and then sort of comes into the more, like we have 75% of the new and 25% of the old, and eventually that's just going to be gone. You're reaching for the light and you're doing it on purpose. That's what I'm feeling. It's not like a coincidence or a fluke. It's not a fluke almost. Well, it's a little bit of a fluke that you're finding yourself in the old, although it's not. It's never. That's a tough one, but it's never, because you always have that little vacuum. You always have that little gap. Before every thought arrives, before every thought is taught, there's a vacuum for you to choose. And yeah, we can be oblivious and we can choose to sort of look into the world and look at other stuff so that we're not aware of the choice we made to go into the 75% of our old version, if that makes sense. But it's still a choice. But eventually you're going to be doing less and less and less of that choice, and it's going to go like automatic into this beautiful, like into this. But just know that the worry you feel is unfounded. I think that can be really nice to hear sometimes, that, okay, the stuff that you're worried about, and we think we need to worry because it means that we care. But paying attention to it actually will just prolong it being there. So it feels like once you sort of set your focus on this light, you're just going to get less and less of the old stuff. And a lot of it probably just plays out in your mind, because that when it says it's unfounded, it's not even happening anymore. You have to actually make it up to worry about it. How crazy is that? But it's amazing to understand that that's what we're doing. So if we can make up a new past to worry about, we can make up a new future to look forward to, right? So, unbelievable. 9, 11, 10. Wheel of Fortune, moving forward. Beautiful process here. What else do we have for Leo on their journey right now? Yep. It's the second number 2, so there's a lot about balance right now, balancing things out. 9 is endings, new beginnings. 10 is completion, a new beginning. 11, definitely strong new beginning. And this is the waiting game. But the waiting game usually is about being being patient. When something is done, something like we've already put down the roots, we already have planted the seed has taken root, and we already have the blossoming of it even. So it's not even that we're waiting for something to manifest. And it's showing, this is just creation in itself. It's showing that, actually we're not even waiting for something to be created. It's already created. Where are you in the vicinity of this? On what timeline, on what frequency are you, so that you can be a match to this? And I love how it looks like before, however many ever timelines we had there, it's like they were going round and round in circles in the same direction, the same precision, the same altitude, if you will. And then now it's like we have this one ring that sort of is jumping off. Like we're having this one ring that goes a little bit off grid. It's not off grid, but it's like it goes in a different direction than all the rest of them. And you're one timeline away. It's like if you just turn around and jump timeline. I know timeline is so silly to say. It's not, timelines are not dimensions, right? This is a timeline, this is a timeline, I don't even have time line to say timeline to meet how fast I'm shifting timelines. This looks like a real hand, right? But as I do this, it's a new hand. And it means that there's a new line. It's a new line. So that's what a timeline is. So it's not like literally, but it's still a shifting of the timeline. And the moment you do this, you can actually choose something different. You don't have to go to the obvious next one that just fills in the next step of what you've chosen ever in the past. You can actually choose something new. And the waiting game here feels like, it almost feels like a decision on your part, Leo. It's not even that it's not there. Like I said, the creation of if this is the creation of the new you, if this is your, like the new being that is being upgraded inside of you, or if this is like a situation that you're waiting for, or if this is, I don't feel like it's singularly, if it is, it's you're more in the minority. Like if you're waiting for a car or a relationship, a job to come through. I'm not saying those are small things. You might be waiting for one or several of those things. I just feel like overall this is like it's not I'll start to diet on Monday and eat only bananas for 7 days, and then I'll eat, regularly, whoever does that, eat regularly the next Monday. This is a whole lifestyle shift if we compare. So this is a whole DNA shift. It's a whole, like we're not only skipping timelines, we're skipping dimensions altogether. You're skipping like frequencies altogether, and whatever what you've been planning for, whoever this is that you've been planning for, been planning to be, have been aspiring to be, is about to take place. And I feel it has to do only with a choice. You're about to choose something here. You're about to choose, like I said, you're not waiting on anything in the sense that you need to wait for something else. I think you're gonna take the leap to start to do the things will put you on that frequency wavelength, if that makes any sense. So that's quite interesting. So I'm gonna continue this in the extension and see what else I can find there for you. Go deeper into that. Look into this choice perhaps, and see what else that comes out there for you. Beautiful, gorgeous reading here. So if you feel like this is your reading, you're so welcome to the extension. The link to that is in the description box down below. If not, thank you so much for watching, Leo, and I hope to see you back soon. Bye, guys.